Hello, and welcome to the demo video for the second sprint of the Video Games for Assessment project. My name is Josh, and today we'll be looking at some of the changes that have been made to the game over the last few weeks. First, I would like to go over the key features that were addressed over this sprint. On the player side of things, we wanted a more robust inventory system so the player can store objects they collect throughout the game. Eventually, they'll be able to use these objects to interact with other characters and other things in the game world. We also wanted to update the transitions between screens so the player can move in and out of various rooms at will. We also wanted to add a more robust dialogue system so players can answer the questions from the Hexaco test in a way that is smooth and is easy to access for the player as well as for the test proctors. As for the ending of the game, while we still have a few more levels to complete, we wanted to go ahead and show a complete session. So we were able to add an ending screen that the player could see so that they know that the game is over and they should go back and talk to their test proctor for the next steps. We will begin the game after the player has entered their personal information and read the instructions. One of the biggest improvements made over this iteration is in the inventory system, seen below. While this was technically available in the previous demo, it is now much more robust, allowing the player to use items that they have obtained. For example, clicking on the apple allows the player to eat it. While the update to the inventory may seem slight, it will allow us to engage in much more complicated interactions in the future. Next, we will demonstrate the transitions between screens. Previously, this was a static, linear progression from one to the next, but we now have the ability to create internal rooms the player can explore and exit at their discretion. You may notice that there are a lot more details added to these houses and their inhabitants. As of now, all of the art has been developed for this neighborhood section of the game, and all of the houses are filled with interesting details and characters. Another key feature that has been heavily updated is the dialogue system. We have opted for a dedicated dialogue box in the corner of the screen for interacting with any of our NPCs. These dialogues can advance the game's plot, as well as serve as the point where the user answers questions from the Hexaco test. Currently, the buttons to select an option are being redesigned to fit this new scheme, but once they are added, we will be able to record all of the player responses in this manner. Finally, we have added a game ending screen, which will eventually be added to the end of the game, requesting the player to consult with their test proctor for additional instructions. This is a temporary screen and can be replaced with details per the proctor's desires. This concludes the demo for Sprint 2. In our next sprint, we will be able to show a whole new area filled with new characters and art, as well as some gameplay elements to keep the user engaged during the experience. Thank you for watching.